Nah, not really. I'm just gonna pick something cringy, but it's okay because it's fun. It's fun. It's okay because it's fun. And this guy has the same amount of subscribers as I do, 7K. Who freaking
Look, I'll just play a little game until Kim's ready to.
Hello, baby.
Look, I'll just play a little game until Kim's ready to.
Hello, baby. I felt like dressing up. You don't mind, do you?
Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me!
Jesus
Give it to
Christ.
me! Just give it! Damn!
He's one
Ladies
of
and
these
gentlemen,
guys.
this is the most important video.
I knew it. I knew he was one of these guys, bro. I knew he was one of these guys. One of these guys. That's all I'm gonna say.
You will ever see in your life, bro. Trust me. When we think about how entertaining and cool some of our childhood cartoons or TV shows are, it's not just
Gamer
because of the
Chance,
story
what's up?
or the crazy powers or even the crazy moments in the shows. It was low-key because there was some fine shit in the shows, you feel me? Childhood crushes was something we've all had once in our lives. Whether you had a girl in your class you were head over heels for, to finding some cartoon characters attractive, or even thinking number 5 and Numberjacks was peng. We don't judge it, man. We don't judge it. Childhood crushes is a very popular subject amongst all the people them. I mean, back in secondary school, me and my friends would always break into talking about some of the finest women we've ever seen in our lives, like Megan Fox from Transformers, and Jessica Alba from the Fantastic Four movies, to even some of the top tiers no one mentions enough, like Claire from My Wife and Kids. And I'm talking about the second one, bro. I'm not crazy. I'm not talking about the first one. Are you mad?
No.
But anyways, I thought I would share some of the baddest childhood crushes I had growing up, because I need to spread awareness about these men, because I'm telling you, I haven't seen no one talk about them. It's crazy. Like you always hear everybody say Raven and Blackfire, or Kim Possible and She-Go, or Lola Bunny and Mrs. Incredible. And don't get it twisted, I agree with all of these. They my starting lineup for real. But the ones I'm gonna mention in this video are gonna be some of the greatest nostalgia pieces you remember in your entire life, man. But without
So we're not gonna go for the obvious ones. Any guesses? Guys, who in the world is he gonna discuss? Go ahead and put your guesses in the comments.
further explanation, let's jump right into it. Starting with one of the most beautiful ladies to grace the TV screen, Sarah from My Babysitter's a Vampire.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not even that serious, to be honest. But no, she's a cute girl. She's the girl next door. I don't know why. I don't even know why I spazzed like that.
Vampire fam. I remember when I was a kid, I used to speed run home after school to catch the show. And as much as it was for the cool story and characters, it was mostly because I had to catch Sarah on TV. She was too peng fam. Sarah was such a different breed of woman I used to be seeing on the screen when I was a kid. I mean, when I tell you, I was low-key getting stars in my eyes when I was seeing her. That's how crazy it was, man. Not to mention,
yeah, she was a different breed of woman because she had melanin. Like Disney Channel at that time, we had Zendaya, China Anne McClain, and this chick. Like, that's literally it. I needed some more melanin on my screen, bruh. Everybody.
Sarah wasn't just a regular girl, she was a vampire. And I can't be the only one that had a thing for these vampire girls. They were sick, fam. Marceline, Mavis, and even Sarah. This shit got me feeling wheezy, fam. Sarah is definitely one of the most underrated childhood crushes people don't be mentioning. I remember that one episode in the series that she gets possessed and pulls up in this next different outfit with the curls popping, and this shit had me mesmerized, bro. And y'all remember the episode where she had an evil version of herself with the purple highlights? This had me moving different, fam. I'm telling you. And my boy Ethan was pushing some sick game on Sarah. Reminded me of Jordan in Game 6 with the way he was pressing onto her. And he eventually took her out on a date on the last episode, fam. That's my boy Ethan. I was cheering for this shit, no joke. But Vanessa Morgan was a different level of fine. And My Babysitter's a Vampire was such a sick show. I'm talking about, if you didn't watch this, you were missing out for real. The theme song was fire. The characters were fire. The ladies were pretty as hell, and the story was fire.
No, like seriously. You got a freaking seer, a wizard, and 2 vampires fighting against an entire legion of bloodsuckers, bruh? And a werewolf? That we haven't even seen our little werewolf boy. I forgot his name, not gonna lie. But those guys were awesome. This show was actually awesome.
But there was one problem with the show. One problem that pissed me off so bad. That shit literally stayed with me for the rest of my life, fam. The show ended on a cliffhanger, fam. Why? The ending didn't even make no sense. What he did was take down their new school principal who was evil. An explosion happened, and then they just boom to credits. Why? Why couldn't you give us some closure? That ending was trash, man. That shit pissed me off. But we getting off track here. Vanessa Morgan is one of the most baddest women I used to see on TV. I was glazing her before I even heard of Jessica Alba, fam. And My Babysitter's a Vampire was such a peak show. And if you haven't watched it yet, you need to pick it up, because I'm telling you, that shit is too cool to be missing out on, for real. Going on to my next childhood crush, we have Kida from Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
I freaking knew he was gonna go with Kida. I didn't say Kida because I put her up there with Shell. Well, she's not quite as attractive as Shell, but Kida is still very well known because, like Shell, she's from an old Disney movie. So I didn't think he was going to pick her because he said he's not doing the obvious ones.
Before I even go into talking about Kido more, this has to be the most, and I mean the most underappreciated and ever mentioned Disney animated film of all time. This movie is class. We have Michael J. Fox, Mr. Marty McFly himself voicing the main character of the movie. The whole story was cool as hell about finding the lost city of Atlantis so they can find the heart to it. Then Milo getting snaked and betrayed by the Mandem. And then the Mandem circling back in 5 seconds even though they also betrayed Milo. And then finesse Commander Rourke and save Atlantis. And you know what? As great as the movie was, Kido made this experience 110% more enjoyable.
Melee, no. Buttercup is a child.
Kido was outrageously pretty. It actually used to be talked about, bro. This tribal look they gave some women back in animated movie was something that when I was younger, I was preying it differently, fam. Kido is such an underrated Disney princess. When people talk about the princesses, they always be mentioning the mainstream ones like Belle, Jasmine, Tiana, Rapunzel, Elsa, and the list goes on. But you see, Kido might have to be up there. I'm talking about top 5, fam. She was cool in the movie as well. She was vibing with my boy Milo, just talking amongst each other and how different the two worlds they come from. Like she wasn't just a pretty face. She was low-key smart. I was working some of the thieves in the movie as well. And I know you don't know about the swimming scene, bro. That shit was crazy, but I ain't gonna go too tough into that. Kido was a next level childhood crush in my bag, fam. And Kido wasn't the only one in the movie as well. Audrey and Helga were bad too, fam. They were different, but they were snakes, so I don't really rate them as much. But this movie is really a golden egg. No one, and I mean no one, talks about it enough. And you know what? In some cases, it could probably be considered a top 10 Disney animated movie of all time, fam. And if we rate Disney princesses, I'm putting Kido in the top 7, bro. For real, she was peng, fam. But you see the sequel to this movie. This was so trash, bro. It was low-key a disgrace, fam. The animation quality dropped so heavy you think your eyes were bugging when you watched it, fam. Disney with their rich asses decided to cheap out so heavy on this movie and just made it have some TV show quality. This shit was so ass, bro. It pissed me off. I didn't even finish the movie. That's how much I hated it. This shit was trash, man. But guess what? It don't matter because although the animation quality was shit, Kido was still fine, fam. Another childhood crush I used to have that had me moving different back in the day were all the girls from Ben 10, fam. I'm talking about Gwen, Charmcaster, Julie, Eunice, Kai Green, Atea, the cat girl, Esther, the sludge puppy girl, Rook's girlfriend, the flipping female forearms, all of them, fam, they were all buff, man. But
I hate the fact that that's actually accurate. That Ben 10 show really did have some cute girls. You know how I feel about the most important part of a person, the lips. The part of the person from which all darkness and light escapes. The scripture says it is not what you put into the mouth, but what comes out that defiles a man. But what can possibly defile a person with such beautiful lips, bro? And all of the Ben 10 characters had plump lips, so they were all attracted to me. It's really that simple with me now.
The sludge puppy girl, Rook's girlfriend, the flipping female forearms, all of them, fam, they were all buff, man. But personally, my favorite out of all of them was Charmcaster, because the level of connection I had to her was low-key spiritual, fam. I used to be fiending for Charmcaster back in the day, especially the Alien Force design version. There was something about her, bro, low-key. I remember the first episode she pulled up, and when I saw her design, I was going feral, bro. It was a mad thing. Goth girls back in the day had a hold on everyone. We all know the greats like Blackfire, Raven, She-Go, Mavis, Stocking, Luna, Gwen, Jinx, Claire, and I can keep going because they were all fine, fam. And if you didn't like any Goth girls, I question you in general. You were probably a weirdo. But this version of Charmcaster made me feel a whole different type of way, bro. In that one episode where she tricked Kevin to get control of him and kissed him in the process of doing that, I was saying to myself, why couldn't that be me, bro? You kissed this ugly ass guy who's half crystal and shit. Why couldn't it be me, fam? I was low-key crying at this shit, but I was going crazy over Charmcaster when I was younger. She had my heart, man, for real. But one thing that didn't make sense to me in the show was how Ben ended up with Kai, fam. That shit wasn't adding up. Kai low-key didn't even like this man at all and only messed with him when he was in the alien form or if he was doing stuff for him. He had more of a brother-sister type of relationship instead of actually being married in the future. That shit was so forced by the writers, fam. She came out of nowhere, but we had fine shit like Esther out here, fam. Esther was adorable and had good chemistry with Ben, with liking the same shit as him, to always being affectionate around him. But this guy Ben was fumbling, fam. This guy was too blind to see that shit, man. But Esther was too buff. Charmcaster was too buff. All the Ben 10 girls were too tough. I'll be real, fam. They were sick, fam. Now going on to my next childhood crush, we go into one of the best Nickelodeon shows of all time, The Fairly Odd Parents. And you're probably thinking I'm gonna say Timmy's mom or Trixie or even Vicky. Nah, bro, listen to me, because the ones I'm about to mention to you is gonna open a door in your mind, fam. You might remember Brittany from Fairly Odd Parents. Now, she barely appeared.
Okay, thank God. I thought that was gonna go somewhere else, but this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, he really is not hitting any of the obvious ones, is he?
in the show. I think it was only a couple of episodes, so you're probably thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about? But my brothers in arms, listen to me. Brittany's build was actually diabolical. I mean, the curves drawn in shows like Fairy Odd Parents and Total Drama Island were so sharp, they look like they can cut you, fam. But Brittany was Fairy Odd Parents and
I forgot about that freaking... I forgot about that scene. Timmy? Carly? And then she just smiled and he ran away.
Total Drama Island was so sharp, they look like they can cut you, fam. But Brittany was different. She had her hips moving in that episode one time, and that shit had me in a trance, bro. She was too buff, fam. But to be honest, there's not a lot to say about Brittany. She barely appeared in the show. But for a small appearance in the show, she's probably my favorite in Fairy Odd Parents. I'm gonna be so honest, bro. She was bad, fam. Another crush I had in Fairy Odd Parents was Princess Mandy. And listen, I'm just gonna keep 100 with you, look. I was into a lot of psycho women when I was a kid, fam. Like the episode where Trixie was going crazy because Timmy was the only person left on Earth. I like that. The crazy moments Azula would have an avatar. I like that. See, the majority of times to me when I was younger, it was the crazier the better, fam. And Mandy was top tier in this department, fam. She was a crazy buff alien girl, and every time I saw her on screen, I was gassing over her every time. She was fine as hell, fam. But again, she wasn't consistently in the show, but she was a crush for real. So was the Tooth Fairy, because she was buff, fam. She was bang. Another childhood crush I had, which is a mad underrated one, was Sergeant Calhoun from Wreck-It Ralph, fam. Now, I'm gonna keep 100 with you. When I was younger, I didn't really mess with her like that. I didn't really think much of it, and at the time, I thought she sounded like an old lady, fam. I had no attraction to her whatsoever. But as I developed as a human being,
I like strong women, bro. God dang it, crazy. That's not what I meant. But no, seriously, I like strong women. So yeah, characters like that.
Wreck-It Ralph a couple years back, I can see that she was bad, fam. I was thinking that she was mad cool, and I was messing with her completely. I would definitely become one of her soldiers. I'm not gonna lie. She was the baddie in Wreck-It Ralph, and my guy Fix It Felix is punching. I was gassing for their relationship throughout the movie, low-key. They were mad cool. Sergeant Calhoun was stealing my attention. Every time she was on screen, I was activating my Sharingan and focusing up, fam. The whole time they were in the game, I was low-key forgetting that the whole point of Ralph being there was to try and steal the medal. I was too focused on Calhoun leading the player, bro. And why wouldn't I be? She was fine as hell. She's really up there with the likes of Mrs. Incredible and Aunt Cass for real. Like, I used to think she kind of had an old lady voice, but I don't care, because you know I like them raspy ass, dry ass voices, bro. It makes me move crazy, and she has me moving some different type of way for real. I remember in secondary, every time we would have the conversation of Disney crushes, I would straight up bring her up like she was my trump card, fam. Won every debate possible. But Calhoun was seriously underrated and was a fine specimen to be gazing on. She would have me moving a week in the knees sometimes, because I'm telling you lot right now.
Did you guys have a Big Hero 6 crush? Because I liked Honey Lemon. I like strong women, and I like really, really happy-go-lucky women. So Honey Lemon definitely got me. And the way she was calling Hero Sweetie and Honey, bruh. Even though she was a peer, bro. Come on, don't do that.
Now, she was fine as hell, fam. Now, before we get into the next one, hopefully some of you man here are some anime watchers. And you know the usual type of anime girls that man be talking about. Like Hinata, Nami, Toka, Android 18, Tsunade, and many more. But we go talk about my girl Mei Hatsume from My Hero, man. Mei Hatsume was just one of the coldest characters in the show. And
Yes. Bro, okay, yes, this girl deserves that kind of heat. She deserves that kind of attention, because Mei Hatsume is so frigging essential to the plot. You're not gonna tell me that the best inventor in school, who's also friggin' crazy and doesn't mind a little bit of affection, is single. If I were in that school, I would be in her office all the time, bro. I'd be in that warehouse. I would just camp. I'd be camping, waiting for her there, and she'd be okay with it, cause she's loopy like that, and that's what.
Her personality was what I was chilling with for real. And when I first gazed upon her for the first time, seeing her on screen in the sports festival arc, I was low-key getting gassed at seeing her, fam. I mean, most of the girls in My Hero were just hella attractive, to be honest. So you could really just say any of them. But my top three were Mei Hatsume, Kami, and Yaoyorozu. I'm not gonna lie, because they were baddies out here. Especially Kami as well. Cool they knew what they were doing when they were drawing her with full lips, making her look like she was doing the Kylie Jenner challenge back in the day. But she was out here getting my full undivided attention when she was on screen.
Why Why was Todoroki just dying in the background? What the
Kylie Jenner challenge back in the day, but she was out here getting my full undivided attention when she was on screen. No joke, fam. Now this brings me to the final crush of this video, and this person has a huge impact in this whole topic. I know that I said I would only bring up underrated ones, but I have to talk about it in this video, fam, because if I don't, this is not a childhood crush video. She is a pioneer to this shit. I'm talking about every time somebody talks about their number one, she's normally at the one, bro. Yes, my people, I'm talking about Chell from El Dorado, fam. When I first saw Chell in the movie, it was like being in Max's dream in the Goofy movie, fam. Chell was a different type of crush I had growing up. The Road to El Dorado is one of the greatest underrated films to
Please excuse me.
come from DreamWorks, man. And Chell was the cherry on top to this movie. In that one scene where she was walking back, oh my days, this shit had me locked in, bro. I had to zoom in and focus up, fam. Big man thing. Chell is a final boss level baddie, fam.
Yep.
She had me in a different type of chokehold.
My
I mean,
lord,
when I first saw the movie and got to that scene where she's doing the freaky with Tulio, at the time, obviously, I didn't get to see it because I was a kid. But at my grown ass age now, I'm
It is
mad
not
jealous
fair.
of Tulio, fam. I wish it was me, fam. It should have been
Right.
me. Everything
It should have been me. Oh,
Chell was doing in the
gosh.
movie was just showing how top
was
tier
just
she was.
flirty.
Like when they were playing football and she was hitting the armadillo on her hip. I wish I was the armadillo, fam. But
How you gonna be cute, thick, melanated, and flirty, bro? Come on, bro. Just marry me already. Not
she's a
gonna
different
lie.
level of fine. I mean, Chell gotta be everybody's number one, fam.
Bruh.
And I genuinely loved her in the movie. She was pretty as hell, smart, and did I mention pretty as hell? This guy
Bruh.
Tulio is punching heavy, fam. All I can give this man Tulio is a standing ovation, 10 out of 10. Pulling Chell, W mans, bro, W mans. And this movie is a go-to watch if you haven't seen it already. If
CL?
you like Emperor's New
Chell,
Groove and Atlantis The Lost Empire,
CHEL.
go watch El Dorado.
Just
It's a slept on
CL?
movie. This shit is fire. Everybody needs to see this, bro. Trust me. But my friends, now we're at the end of the flick. These are some of the childhood crushes I had, and trust me when I say I got way more. But I'm gonna save them for future videos like this if this vid goes crazy. Or if you got any that I haven't mentioned in this video, put them in the comments below because I want to see the different tastes some of you might have, fam. And before I depart from the video, I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you. At the time of recording, my latest video just hit 100k, and I just want to express my gratitude and just say I love all you, man, and I appreciate all the support. We're trying to build a nation here with this community and get to 1 mil ASAP, and we will, fam. We will. But thank you for watching until the end of this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Waves, you and I are peers, bro. We got the same number of subscribers. You and I, we're like this, bro. The power of feminism. My friends, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, share, and all the good stuff. I don't have anything else for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video anyway. It was kinda meh. It wasn't as exciting as the other celebrations, but I promise 8,000 is gonna be great. And I'm gonna make sure that I have more content for you going forward. I know I haven't been doing the shorts as much. And that's probably why my engagement's so blah. But we're gonna do our best. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching. You are loved, you're appreciated, you're gonna do amazing things. And this is basically the start of summer. So, no matter where you are, let's enjoy it. You deserve that success, that potential, that little rest. So use it wisely and keep building yourself up. You've got this. Drink your water each